अच्छा, for the Zoom participants, I hope that you can hear me well, ठीक है? The people who are Let's get it started. Today is our third class of the phonics course. Okay, the phonics workshop for teachers and parents. And our today's main topic is tricky words. So here you go. Just give me a moment. Let the screen get bigger and we shall begin. Meanwhile is working. Let's get started. Tricky words का हम सब ने नाम सुना होगा. We all are familiar with this word tricky words. Sometimes we have also heard about high frequency words. You might have heard about hard words, but this is the less common term in India, Pakistan as for now, right? So today we shall cover all these things. Today we shall learn that what are tricky words, what are sight words, what are irregular words, and how we can teach all this stuff to our little ones in a better way. So let's get started with the first thing that what are they? As the name suggests, that there is something tricky, something to make our kids puzzle in the spellings of these words. Tricky words can be irregular words. Irregular means that their spellings are quite different to what they are pronounced, like aid, said. We write said, but how we say it? We say said. We write k, om, com, but how we say it? Come. We write o and own, following the magic pattern, but we say one. So these are some irregular spellings, and they are tricky words. You can also take high frequency words that need more phonics knowledge to decode than what is taught here. Now let's look at these words. For example, me, my, and like. Now these words are not irregular words. The spellings are not irregular, but yes, to a 4-year-old or to a 5-year-old, we cannot give the rules for these spellings. Like here, it is the open syllable rule. And letter letter E is saying its long sound because it is at the end of syllable. When we will learn some rules of phonics, then you will come to know that if the vowel is at the end of the syllable, it says its name. So that's why is saying E, me, I, my. Why is saying I? Because English words don't end in I. So we replace I with Y. Like, this is the magic key pattern or the split digraph. So we don't introduce the magic key pattern or the split digraph to a 4 or 5-year-old. But this word is so common. These words are so common, and high frequency word means we use them so frequently. That's why we need to teach these words to our kids. Now, how to teach them? We just cannot ask them to cram the spellings. हम उनको नहीं बोल सकते कि इनका रट्टा लगा लो. Because many kids struggle in ratta. They just don't cram the words. Okay, उनको कुछ clues चाहिए होते हैं, उनको कुछ techniques चाहिए होती हैं. Every child is not a good visual or auditory learner. We need to give them some support. So today we shall learn everything about tricky words, high frequency words, or you say sight words, and how to teach those to our kids. Let's move on to the next slide. See that. Another thing, let me just explain this as well. SOR is Science of Reading. This is not a curriculum, but they are different programs. Mostly, you will see American programs here. They are the people, the teachers, the educationists who are working on science of reading, how to make reading easy and simple for kids. So, they have come up with a term for tricky words as heart words. Heart word means that you need to learn them by heart, right? So we shall also see this technique, that how teachers are teaching heart words or tricky words to kids according to SOR. Now, the first thing, that learning to spell tricky words as Jolly Phonics method. Because Jolly Phonics is a complete curriculum, so they have given us some proper ways, some proper things, that how you can learn the tricky words. And here we are with this. The first method to learn tricky words like the, he, she. Now we are talking about Jolly Phonics level 1 tricky word list. Okay, in level 1 we give 12 tricky words. At the end, when we are finished with the 42 sounds, then we give these 12 tricky words to kids. And you will find some graphs there, or you can just make these graphs for your kids and make them do this activity. Write the word at the beginning. They will look the word. They will copy the word here and say the. What is the word? It's the. Then they will cover the word with something, okay, with a piece of paper or something. And this as well. They write again with their visual memory, and then they will check, have they written the right thing? They will see the spellings, and then they can have another go. This is a very simple method to give them once, twice, and thrice. You can give them practice of these tricky words. If the word is he, just tell them this is he. Then they will write he by looking at the spelling. They don't need to sound it out, or you can say that it's and this word is a little tricky, so say the long sound e. Don't give any rules now. And then they will cover these two, write again, and then they can have another go. ठीक? This is something that you can make them do in copies. I'm just talking about the Jolly Phonics method for now. The next one is word wall. If you know the 12, if you know the list of Jolly Phonics, so we have 72 tricky words in Jolly Phonics program. You will get the list from the Jolly Phonics official website, and to the participants of this workshop, I'll provide. Okay, so you will get all these tricky words, the blue list, the yellow, the green, pink, and red. How they are divided according to the difficulty level of these words and according to the frequency of usage of these words. If you read the Jolly Readers, the decodable Jolly Readers, so in those books, decodable Jolly Readers, by this I mean that we have proper sets of books in which अमरी इसको लेके जाओ और देखो कि सही आ रहा है कि नहीं प्लीज. In which you will be using, children will be finding these words and they can blend them, they can read them with the context. Then you have the second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and then so on. You can have these words stick on the word wall, whatever you are teaching them in the class, or you are teaching as a mother in your home. You can just make a wall like this, or design a wardrobe like this, or simply paste these words in some colorful butterflies, or with some colorful cars, whatsoever what your child is interested in. So make it a little catchy, visually catchy, so they can just look at the words and try to memorize them by looking at them. The third method could be say it as it sounds. This is the most practical and I love this method the most. I follow this one. The first two were okay, but this is what really works. If the word is Monday, so we are hearing the tricky part here. Day. D and A are okay, is okay, is okay, but this O is saying the sound. So how can you help kids with this? Tell them that if you want to write Monday, please write Monday. Monday. Oh, mon, de, a, day. Monday. So whenever you write Monday, it will sound Monday, right? If you want to write mother, write mother. Mo, the, mother. If you write mother, it will be mother, right? So say it as it sounds and then give them the right pronunciation. Even if you are giving them the dictation and you are saying the word Wednesday, this is the pronunciation, right? Wednesday. But this, look at the spelling. W a d n s day. It is Wednesday. So spell it as it is. Ask them if they know the sounds, because we go to tricky words after the 42 sounds, right? Now they can spell the words, now they can catch the sounds, they can segment the words. So the sounds will be w, a, d, wed, n, a, s, nes, d, a, day. So if you write wed, nes, day, the word will be Wednesday. Okay, so this is how you can guide them by decoding the word as the spelling goes. And this is really the most effective method. The next thing is word families and patterns. You can make word families or patterns as well. So for this, what you can do, let me show you a picture. Let me turn on my camera and show you something here. Okay, this is the tricky word family. If you can see this. So I have made the E family. In the E family, what do we have here? Open the door. This is the house of E family. And all the words here I have kept with the E sound at the end. E, he, sh, e, she, e, me. The first sound is okay. It is sounding as per the sound. But the last sound is a little advanced, because here we are following a spelling rule, that is the open syllable rule. W, e, v, b, e, b, the, e, z. So this is how you can make the E family. You can also make the O family. In this, a single letter O will say the long O sound, as in go, no, so. You can also go for the words O saying oo sound. Open the door. This is the family. This is a poster. You can just make it with your kids at home and even in your schools. So to and do, because this, the nameplate is here. O is saying oo. So to and do, right? This family is the Z family. In this family, letter S will say the Z sound. Open the door. The first sound is okay. E, s. We will not say s, we will say z. Is. The next is as. The next is was. Was is more tricky because A is saying O, but S is still there saying Z sound. Then his and has, right? So this is the Z family. S is saying Z here. Then you can also go for this one, OULD family. In OULD family, you have would, should, could, right? So you can also follow this approach. Let me go back to okay. The next thing, uh, forget this. Write and see whether the spelling is right or not. You can just check your instinct. The heading is wrong. I'm sorry. What children need to do here, they can write the spelling with all the possible things. The word is bird. 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 Now just look at these three spellings and try to find that which one sounds the better or which looks the better to your eyes. So if they have read this word somewhere, they might come up to this spelling. So they can just simply write bird, whatever coming in their mind, and then they can go with the right one. Chances are here, right? For example, the spelling of brown, they can write brown or brown. Now, once again, what will happen? Somewhere in their subconscious, the spellings are there. So they can get some hint that, okay, I have never seen brown written like this, so we can go for this. Boxing. This is something that my student just did with me yesterday. I asked her what is the right spelling, Boxing or Boxxing. She said Boxing. I asked her, why are you saying Xing? So she didn't give me any rule for this. She said because the other one looks weird. So this is how children can respond. Otherwise, here we are following the doubling of consonant rule, but letter X doesn't follow the doubling of final consonant rule. So this is how you can give them hints that write in the all possible spellings and then go for this. In Jolly Phonics, these were the four methods. Five, I guess. Now we are talking about the heart word method and what are the steps to teach more high frequency words or tricky words with heart word method. For example, your word is said. Introduce the heart word. The heart word is said. Show them the card, right? After showing them the card, read it, sorry. Tell them that this is said. Said. Now please finger spell this word. The second step is to finger spell. What are the sounds that you hear? S, e, d. Forget about the spelling, just listen to the sound. S, e, d. Said. We have three sounds, right? They will show you their fingers. The third step is draw lines for each sound. Here I have already done this. S, e, d. We have three sounds, we have three lines. You are doing all this on board, okay, or on your screen. The next will be start writing the words sounds here. What is the first sound that you hear? S. So you will write s here. What is the last sound that you hear? D. D. Said. Said. So let's write the last sound here. Okay. So this is how you will ask them. So the decodable part of the word is decoded. S and D are okay with their sounds. Now tell children that we have S and D. What is the middle sound? They will say eh. Tell them, can you check the letters here which are making the eh sound? They know this sound because you have already taught them 42 sounds. Okay, so they know that this is A, the long A, but here this is making the short A sound. They will tell you that A and I here is making another sound that is A. Okay, the word is said. Then it's your turn to tell them that since this is not giving its own sound, so we will make a heart over it and we need to memorize or learn this by heart that A and I in the word said are heart letters, and this word is a heart word because it has some irregular spelling. AI doesn't say, don't say a in any way, right? So write the remaining sound in the middle dash and again read the word SAID. Do not spell it now with the sounds. Otherwise, we will say A and then it will be a confusion. Simply say A and I are giving some other sound. This is the tricky part. So draw the heart at the top. S and D are decodable. They are here. Okay. Now, the next one is read aloud. As I told you, SAID, said. The next step, you can ask them to reverse it, erase it on the board and write on their desk or on their hands, finger write, okay, not with the pencils. Write on each other's backs, write in the air, just to help them recognize the spelling, memorize the spelling. Later you can ask question about the sound. What was the first sound instead? S. What was the last sound instead? D. What were the letters that were giving the sound in the middle? They will say AI. Just keep talking about this spelling so they register the spelling in their mind. Use memory to backward spell. Just ask them to close your eyes and in your mind spell the word backward. So it will be D DIAS. DIAS. They need to think, they need to use their um, neurons. They will put pressure, and this pressure will help them memorize the spelling. Number 7, the last thing is write on boards on paper. Give them papers or their notebooks or whatsoever and ask them to write. So, this is how you can help with the spellings of irregular verbs according to SOR. It might be a little time taking, but once the lecture is done, they will keep these things in their mind for a longer period of time. Said it was a very common word, but you can go for because as well. You can go for before. You can go for where. You can go for everywhere. You can go for any word that is difficult to pronounce with the sounds, but you can go decode it like this. Some other techniques to help kids memorize the spellings. Here you are. Find words in words. Okay. Now, if you see the word friend, the most commonly used but again irregular spelling. So this is a tricky word for kids, but they use it a lot. So how you can help them to memorize that? Tell them, do you know the fry of Friday? They mostly know the spelling of days of week. So fry plus and. Fry and. If you write fry and, it will be friend. If you want to write the spelling of together, just write to get her. I am running to get her, and it will be together. Children can even spell it if they have good phonemic awareness. It's not that difficult, but for kids who are struggling, you can just break the spelling like this. If the word is listen, it's a silent T here, right? So, how you can help them? You just say, find out the word if you see something here. So, it's list plus n. If you want to write listen, just break the word into list and n. Combine listen. Okay, these are just simply hacks. This is not any science, and like because our work is just to make things easier for them. That's why we are doing this. If children are not getting through the proper SOR method or look and copy method, then these techniques are also with you. As an educator, you can just make things as simple as possible for them. The second thing I love this the most is making jingles. For example, in the word they, we have the spelling THAY. These are the sounds, right? The and A, they. But we write it differently, THEY. So, how you can teach children this? There is no A in they. There is no A in they. Just write a the and add a Y. There is no A in they. Just write a the, and add a Y. There is no A in they. Right? So you can make jingles like this. Another jingle that I use in my classes, I use many of them. I just make them up myself and just, you can also do this. Teachers are actors, teachers are singers, teachers are everything for kids. So you can just try things yourself, and if you are getting positive result, well and good. Sometimes ideas fail, so you can just tweak it. Okay. So for could, should, would, the spelling is little tricky. You can also decode this word with the hard word method. You can also go for look, copy, write, and rewrite whatsoever. You also have the word wall for this. How I do this and children get it better, I sing it. O-U-L-D, 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 O-U-L-D. If you give this rhythm, it will be in their mind. Then I just simply say, O-U-L-D could, sh, O-U-L-D should, wa, O-U-L-D would, could, should, would, could, should, would, right? So again, make jingles, make rhymes, how difficult is spelling, give any rhythm, and just chant them. Another method is making mnemonics. Mnemonics are group of letters or even words that help us to r- recall a concept or memorize the spelling. For example, let me give you a very famous mnemonic: Papa and Vic. Papa and Vic. This is the mnemonic for parts of speech. P for pronouns, A for adjective, P for preposition, A for adverb, N for noun, V for verb, I for interjection, C for conjunction. So all parts of speech are here. If somebody missed them and he has to write in the exam, so this mnemonic Papa and Vic can help him get all the parts of his speech, and then you can just sequence them. Okay, and there is not any hard and fast sequence of parts of a speech. So you can write it with the help of mnemonic. Mnemonics for words like this: laugh. You can use the first letter and make a silly sentence. Laugh at the, not the. Laugh at ugly goat's hair. Laugh at ugly goat's hair. This is at ugly goat hair. Laugh, laugh, Laugh. Laugh. Okay, so you can make a phrase like this, and then just they will just think it in their mind and write the first letter. Laugh at ugly goats hair. Laugh is the spelling of laugh. Ould of could, should, would can also be turned into mnemonic. Oh, you lucky ducky. Oh, you lucky ducky. This is oh, you lucky ducky. Just remember this and then add a k or wa or sh sound at the beginning, and it will be would, could, should. Right? Oh, you lucky ducky. Oh, you lucky ducky. Just give some expressions to your mnemonic, and children will love it. They will enjoy it and remember this as well. Now, there are some other mnemonics as well that teachers use. I am just copying them here. Said. For said, you can use snakes and insects dance. Snake and insect dance. So, how the child will remember? Snake and insect dance. Some children are not good in memorizing their spellings directly, but they can just memorize some silly phrases. If you are talking, if you are giving songs to them, so this is for differentiated learners. In a class, you will not have all the gifted learner. Children are different. Some are, again, I'm saying, repeating this, some are gifted, some are average, some are below average, some are special need students. So we need to go with different techniques to cater the needs of all of them, right? So these are just some ideas. You can just do whatever suits you. For does Oliver eat sausages? D-O-E-S. It's a good idea to have the D-O-E-S, does, in the first one. This is a mnemonic for does. You can also make a mnemonic for because. Again, is used by many teachers. Big elephants can always understand a small elephants. Big elephants can always understand a small elephants. Silly sentences catch children the most. So if your sentence is silly, they will just remember it, and then ask just uh, keep recalling this sentence in your mind and write the spelling. Big elephants can always understand small elephants, and this is your spelling of because. Once twice thrice they will do this and they will master their spelling, then they don't need to do this again and again. Okay, I hope that these things are clear and will work. All right, so this was all about the tricky words and high frequency words. Some more information, let me just make it clear. High frequency means uh, a high frequency words always not means that they are tricky as well. For example, if the word is in, if the word is on, in and on, they are not tricky word, they are high frequency word. What does it mean? That they just come in our text again and again. For example, the word this, the, a, this. Now, this is not a tricky word. This is a high frequency word because we use it a lot in our writing, in our speaking, right? Tricky word could be me for some. Now, this is high frequency word as well as tricky word or hard word, because children who don't know the open syllable rule will struggle here. So you need to tell that is sounding its sound, but e is behaving differently here. So let's draw a heart over it and learn it by heart. I do this a lot with the names of January and February. J A N, it's simple. You can spell it Jan, then Uary, January. U is saying the long sound. Ari, January. This is the tricky part. January. Okay. If you go for the February, the Fab is okay. Then we have a tricky R, so we'll make a heart. We need to learn it by heart. That after Fab, we have then U, the long U sound, Ari, February, AR sound R. But here is saying Ari, 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 February. Okay, so if you just draw these little signs over letters, over different sounds to help children connect to the spelling, spellings will get simpler for them. Otherwise, they will just rot again and again, Junuary, Junuary, and after some time, they'll just forget it. But if you just ask them to make the heart over the spelling that is not sounding the way it should, let's make the sound dots under the regular sounds, make a dash over the long U sound, the long E sound, it will be easier for them to get it. Right? So that was something about tricky words. So the participants who are in the Zoom meeting, if you have any questions so far, so please go ahead. Then we will continue our topic of alternative spelling of vowels.
मैम आज तो बहुत स्पीड में गया सब कुछ
स्पीड है ओके ओके यू कैन वॉच इट अगेन बिकॉज इसको मैंने
और
रिकॉर्ड
क्या
कर दिया ना.
बोलते हैं, हाँ लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में नहीं गया, सब शॉर्ट में चला गया, समझ तो आया पर याद कुछ नहीं रहा.
नो वरीज, आई विल सेंड यू द रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ दिस, तो आप इसको
ओके
उससे देख सकते हैं. ठीक है.
ओके थैंक यू.
अच्छा, लेट्स गो बैक टू आवर ऑल्टरनेटिव स्पेलिंग्स. इसके ऊपर ज़्यादा टाइम लगाने का फ़ायदा नहीं है, क्योंकि कितनी देर तक मैं एक चीज़ कराऊंगी, उसके बाद फिर वही हो जाएगा कि हम जब तक प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे. अच्छा, दिस इज़ द ट्रिकी वर्ड्स लिस्ट of Jolly Phonics. I'll provide you this, and the people who are not in the group, so you can simply get it from the Jolly Phonics resource bank. That is free. Go to jollyphonics.co.uk, the official website, and you can get this list from there. So level 1 हमने कर लिया, हमने tricky words को भी देख लिया. Now first level is complete. We don't have we haven't left anything there. In level 2 we started yesterday alternative spellings, right? Tricky words level 2 में भी हैं, level 3 में भी हैं Jolly Phonics के. लेवल 2 के जो ट्रिकी वर्ड्स हैं उसकी लिस्ट से आप उन्हें इसी तरह डिकोड करेंगे जैसे आपको बताया है. राइट, let's go for the alternative spellings. We started alternative spellings yesterday and we did AIAY, we did EEEA, Y saying the long E sound. अभी हमने split digraph या magic E को touch नहीं किया है. For this I'll just give you a lesson. Similarly you will give a lesson to your kids, and स्प्लिट डायग्राफ या जो मैजिक ई वाली स्पेलिंग्स हैं सारे वॉल्स की ये होती हैं, सब कवर हो जाएंगी. और इसको डिक्टेशन कैसे देना है वो भी आई विल जस्ट टेल यू कि बच्चों को कैसे बताना है कि कहाँ पे मैजिक की वाली स्पेलिंग लिखनी है और कहाँ पे ए आई लिखना है, कहाँ पे मैजिक की या कहाँ पे, इसको हम डिस्कस करेंगे। पहले बाकी सबके रूल्स और स्पेलिंग्स देख लेते हैं। आई ई Jolly Phonics के अंदर, in Jolly Phonics, this is the first spelling that we introduce in 42 sounds of long I, as in tie, as in pie, as in die, as in lie. PIE, DIE, LIE, these are the most common words that take IE spelling, और ये यहाँ पे ही इसके आखिर में ज़्यादातर आता है। इसके अलावा वी डू नॉट हैव मैनी वर्ड्स, कॉमन words that we introduce kids with IE at the end, right? We have the alternative spelling, the first alternative spelling, that is IGH. It is a trigraph and GH is silent here. So what are the words? In few words IGH come at the end. Again, we are talking about the vocabulary bank of a 5 to 6 year old. So हम इसमें जो है बहुत एडवांस वर्ड्स पे जाके इसको ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं करेंगे कि कहाँ आ रहा है कहाँ नहीं आ रहा, बट in the vocabulary bank of a 5 to 6 year old, you have high, sigh, some common words thigh, you have night, you have tight. So you can make a simple list. I will provide you the list. The list are there on my website as well. जिसको भी चाहिए वेबसाइट पे जाके रीडिंग लिस्ट ले ले ऑल्टरनेटिव स्पेलिंग्स की. सो उसके अंदर हमारे पास जितने वर्ड्स हैं, वी विल जस्ट गिव दोज मच टू किड्स टू हेल्प देम विद द स्पेलिंग्स. इसके अलावा रिकग्निशन कराएंगे कि IGH कहीं पे भी साथ में होगा, सो यू विल से इट आई. ठीक है. रीडिंग में ये बड़े वर्ड्स में भी आ जाए तो बच्चों को रीड करना आना चाहिए. एंड जब हम डिक्टेशन देंगे तो हम कंट्रोल्ड वोकेबलरी लेके चलेंगे. वी कैन नॉट जस्ट गिव देम एनीथिंग. और अगर आप दे रहे हैं एनीथिंग, देन गिव देम hints that please write 3-letter I. For example, if the word is enlightened, they can connect it with the light word. Okay, they know that in light we have this IGH, but if they are not getting it, if they are asking you they're क्या spelling है enlighten की, so you will say write N, then a 3-letter I. 3-letter I, they will get okay, you are talking about IGH, and then the rest of the spelling. तो इस तरह करके अगर कोई नया वर्ड उन्हें देंगे डिक्टेशन में, उसके लिए आप उन्हें हिंट देंगे. यू नीड 3-letter I here. If you are giving them the word cried, k, I, d, and you are not giving them any hint, so उनके दिमाग में ये वाली spelling होगी cried की, and they can write it here, right? So for IGH, tell them that I will hint you if I give this in a new word. Otherwise you will go for IE, eyed, died, lied. Okay, थोड़ा सा इसको और वेट करें. In the portion of a spelling test and dictation, it will get more clear. For and once again, we don't have any rules for this thing. Okay, we don't know when to use which one. Y का मैंने आपको कल बता दिया था. Y says I at the end of short words. If you remember this jingle, otherwise you can just check it from the video once again. My, शायद, these are short words, single syllable words हैं. इनके आखिर में Y जो है वो I sound करेगा, right? We have done this yesterday. Now let's go for the long O sound. O and O. This is the spelling that we introduce them in 42 sounds. ठीक है. O as in B, B, O, T, boat. Or G, O, T, goat. Or F, O, T, float. Right? So OA is coming in the middle. Now tell children that can you write the word snow? Snow. When you are introducing this phonogram, right? Ask them, can you write snow? Because they know that OA sound O, so they will write snow. Can you write flow? Fill O. They will write like this because you have only introduced OA to them. You have not introduced OW right now. Or grow. G, R, O. ठीक है? Now once again, you will appreciate them for using the right sounds, And then you will tell them that, listen to me very carefully, that O and A are not good friends. Whenever O shouts, "Oh!" A gets offended and he runs away. So if you hear the O sound at the end of English words, we cannot write it with OA. क्योंकि O को ए को ओ के साथ खड़ा होना अच्छा नहीं लगता. ओ शोर मचाता है, ओ बोलता है ओ, और ए वहाँ से भाग जाता है. सो हमको इसको फिक्स करना पड़ेगा. हाउ वी विल फिक्स दिस प्रॉब्लम? We will bring a strong letter who doesn't get offended with the shouting of O, and that is W. So if you hear O at the end of English words, you will write O with OW. Flow. Flow. Okay? OW will say O at the end of words. Now, can you please correct the other spellings? Snow and grow. So they will erase it and write the right thing. Now you can give both words. You can give the words with OA, so they will write like in boat, goat, float. You can also give them O at the end, ताकि वो अपना brain use करें and then they can write the right spelling. ठीक है? So this is a little story that you can make for OA and OW. This spelling is not the part of Jolly Phonics level 2, but I have written it here. Just a few words like toe, do, ho, and fo. ये चार words हैं common English word. I'm saying again and again. I'm talking as per the vocabulary of a 5-6-year-old. So these are some of the common words that have O, E, O. Otherwise, it's not a common spelling at the end of English words of the long O sound. So you can make a list of this. Simply tell them, or if you just get the reading list from my website, you will have these things there. Done? Now let's go for the long U sound. This is the one of the 42 sounds. U. We have already introduced children in level 1. This is level 2, right? So we have already given them the U. The alternative spelling for U is EW. So this can say U as well. However, there is something more tricky about U. You can say two sounds. For this, you can also have a jingle. U has two sounds, U and oo, U and oo, U and oo. U has two sounds, U and oo, U and oo. ठीक है? So the first thing is you can say two sounds. Now the alternative spelling of you can also say two sounds. इसके लिए मैं आपको screen share करती हूँ and then we can just see this. Look at this. This is the long U. Just I'm making a dash at the top to represent that this is the long U sound. Long U sound has two alternative spellings. This one, that is the part of the 42 sounds. And now this is the alternative spelling of U. Both of these spellings can say two sounds. U and oo. U and oo. U has two sounds, U and oo. U and oo. U and oo. U has two sounds, U and oo. U and oo. Now let's see some words. For UEU, the word is Q. The word is value. The word is, yes, any word that you can give me? Rescue.
clue,
अच्छा अब आपने clue बोला ना? Let's listen.
glue,
Hold on. Tell me, in clue and glue, what is the sound that you hear? Do you hear U or U? Clue, glue. U सुनाई दे रही है ना? So this is the second sound of U. So we will go here. Clue, glue, and the color blue. Right? So look at this. UE is saying the oo sound. That's why we are singing. U has two sounds, U and oo, U and oo. Just keep repeating this thing so they can register this. For this sound, this alternative, here you are. For the U, so you can write dew, okay? You can write new.
Chew. Chew.
Chew will come here. Ch and oo.
Few.
Grew. Few. Few kidhar aayega? Where? U and oo. Few. It will come here. Few. It's saying you. Okay. But here it's saying oo. Grew. Chew. What else?
True.
Through. Is it that? No, this is not the right spelling. Through is THROOW.
Ma'am, past tense of throw.
So what's the spelling of throw if I'm making it wrong? Okay, okay, got you. Okay, it will come here, through, right? So this is how letter U is different from other vowels. It has two long sounds, and this is not anything about you being tricky. It's simply like this. We need to teach this to kids. If we don't teach them this, they will always get confused ke U ki sound kya hai? Yeah, ooh, why is it saying ooh? Why is it saying you at times? So it's better to clarify their doubts, give them the right thing. Even the UE, the magic pattern, can say the two sounds. When we learn the magic pattern, you will come to know many words in which we have the oo and u spelling. Now we have the OI and OY alternative. This is the spelling that we have given in the 42 sounds. Now the alternative is OY. Any reasons why do we use OY and where do we use OY? Yes, please. Turn your mics on.
Boy. End of the word.
End of the words, because English
Yes.
words don't end in I. So if I want to write boy or toy or anything like this, destroy, alloy, annoy. So oi is coming at the end. We cannot write it with oi. We will go for oy, right? So this is the alternative of oi. Now the most trickiest thing, ou, ow, and ow, ow. Please mute again. Please mute yourself. So how to different now, for example, let me just make it clear to you. The spelling is, what is the sound of OW here?
Ow.
Ow. And I just told you that OW say O at the end of the word, right? So now we have got a contradiction when we will say O and we will say ow. OW can say O and ow. How to get it? How to know that when we should use OW and OU and where? So let's go back to our screen and I'll help you with this. Remember that these are advanced spelling patterns. Now, the time at which you are teaching this, your children are towards the end of uh, this age, okay? Uh, the first thing we introduced to a 4 to 5 year old. Now level 2 is 5 to 6, right? So they are going towards the grade 1 things. They are mature enough, they have got many spellings now, but still there are things that they need to learn. So they are ready for that. They know that there are some words uh, that sound different, like we have already introduced them with the tricky words. So they can understand that in English we need to be flexible. Whenever they come with a question about spellings, tell them always be flexible in English spellings. If one spelling is not working, if one sound is not working, just think for the other sound. If the word phonogram is giving any other sound, try to read it with that. Kahin na kahin se clue milega. You will get the clue from somewhere. Let's first talk about OW saying the two different sounds. OW can say O OW can say ow. This ow we have already learned in the 42 sounds, as in out, as in proud, as in house, as in mouse. Okay, we have done this ow, but now OW is saying ow sound. Remember, whenever I'm using these slashes, it means that I'm saying the sound of the phonogram, right? This is the phonogram and this is the sound. Both are the sounds. Now here, let me make it clear. OW can say the long O sound, or it can say the ow sound as well. When it will say O, it says O mostly at the end of English words. If you hear O at the end of English words, you will write it with OW, because here it is helping A. A just doesn't want to stand here, right? So you need to help the spelling, support the spelling. So you will write OW to say the long O sound at the end of English words. This is the thing that is simple, cleared already. अब यहाँ पे आ जाए. Here, how it will work. We do not have any to identify when OW will say ow, but I can give you some tips that will help little kiddos in this, right? They are not any rules, so just don't come up with this कि आपने तो ये बताया था, ये तो इधर apply नहीं हो रहा, ये तो गलत हो गया, ये rule है ही नहीं. These are just some tips. If OW has l sound after it, you will say it ow, as in ow, owl, as in sk, ow, scowl, as in ow, prowl, as in ow, howl. You can say, children, that if the word is rhyming with owl, just draw an owl as well. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा एक owl बना भी देंगे ना इधर. I don't know if I can draw something. So suppose this is owl, and then tell children that if your word is rhyming with owl, so you please go with the OWL spelling. Scowl, prowl, howl, right? OW is saying owl here. And if your word is rhyming with down, d, ow, ow, again, you can use the OW spelling. For example, down, own. Care, own. Fair, own. Kill, own. Right? So these are two tips where you can use OW as ow sound. However, you will find some other words like crowd. Now we have OW saying the ow sound, but we have D here. So you can tell them, since it's not a rule, so you will have the words like this as well. शुरू में उन्हें बिल्कुल कोई exceptions बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं. Just keep things simple. Just give them these things. But if a child comes with a word crowd, that you were saying that it should rhyme with owl and own. Now look at this. This is crowd. So now how will we read it? Then tell him that I told you that this is not a rule, but these are some tips. So now you can use your common sense, read the word crowed or crowd. What sense? Please mute yourselves. What sounds better? And then excuse me. Okay. So you can also always be flexible with the spellings when you are going with OW and O. Another thing, if you have ow sound at the end of English words, ow at the end of English words, like in now, let's write it with ow, as in how, as in cow. So you cannot write ou, ow at the end of English words because English words don't end in I, U, V, and J. English words don't end in U, so you cannot write ou, ow at the end. So you will go for the alternative spelling of ow, and what is that? O-W. O-W will come at the end. O-W, how. O-W, cow. ओके एंड डोंट गेट ओवरवेल्म कि बच्चों को ये कैसे आएगा और हमें नहीं समझ आ रहा उन्हें कैसे आएगा व्हेन यू गिव थिंग्स सिस्टमैटिकली वन बाय वन दे आर लिटिल जीनियस दे विल गेट दीज थिंग्स ठीक है ये आपने ये मैंने मेथड्स नहीं बनाए ये इसी तरह पढ़ाया जा रहा है एंड आई डू दिस इन माई क्लासेस ऑनलाइन क्लासेस में बच्चे सीख लेते हैं तो वाई नॉट in your house you just need to prepare yourself before ठीक है so just watch this video again watch some other videos that are properly made on these topics on my channel अभी आपको ऐसा लिखा हुआ नज़र आ रहा है but in my videos I have just clearly properly have mentioned many examples many things अपने आप को prepare करें थोड़ा सा आपको यहाँ से इंशाल्लाह बहुत कुछ आपको यहाँ से समझ आ जाएगा and then you can go with this right so now this confusion of OW and OU I have told you. Then when you will use OW for the OW sound, right? We do not have any rules. We can just hint our kids. And those hints are enough for their vocabulary bank, for their vocabulary what they have for now. Moreover, as they read more, they will learn more. So we need to make them avid readers. If they are readers, they can just store the spellings in their mind. They will see the word written wrong and they will get it. Okay, no, this is wrong. I need to change the spelling. So reading is the key in writing and in speaking in everything because you get the vocabulary, you get the sentence structure and so many other things. So make them good readers. Now, ERR is one of the 42 spellings that we have already introduced them in level 1. The alternatives for ERR are IRR and URR. Once again, no rules for this. We do not have any rules when to use which one. But what I can help you with, I have made some grouping, some words in which we use IR and UR. Again, there are not any rules, just to help little kids with their vocabulary bank. For example, IR words are in nature. For example, nature words. Nature, bird. Bird is a natural thing. So IR is in bird. IR is in thirst. Thirst, being thirsty, is a natural phenomena. So thirst. IR word, this is one group. You will find some more examples in the proper video. I'll send you the link. So I have listed uh, pretty much words. So you can just go for IR words are related to girls. So girl is a IR word. Then what girl wears? She wears a skirt. This is how you link the spellings. She wears skirts with shirt. So make a silly sentence. Use these three spellings. Girl wears shirt and skirt. Something like this. And here you go. You got 3 words with IR. A bird was thirsty. So she drank water. So something like this. Okay? You can just make sentences using these words to help kids memorize it. And when you are giving one lesson, it will go for some time. For a week, you say, right? So the things will be there on your walls, on your board, or you will just keep doing the revision of these things with worksheets as well. You can find the worksheets for alternative spelling from my website as well. For UR word, we can say they are hurt words. Hurt. When you get hurt, what you do? You go to the nurse. Okay, you take your purse if you are going to the nurse. And what else? Anything else? You also get, if you got burned, so you again
Curse.
curse. Curse is okay, you can say that it hurt somebody. If you curse somebody, it will hurt somebody. So just make connection between spellings, right? This is how we can make things simple. We don't have any rules for these things. So the letters like EE and EA, we don't have any rule for this as well. But I have also grouped some words which you can just relate to a theme and give to your kids. Moreover, spelling lists are there for free download. Go get them and paste them in your class or on your kiddos' notebooks. Okay? Now, the last alternative group. This is or that we have already introduced. Why I have written or and or and or and or. Achha, this is the Jolly Phonics pattern, right? So we need to remember that um, everywhere you won't find these four spellings as alternative spelling, especially in logic of English or science of reading. They are deal with these spelling differently. But here we are following Jolly Phonics. So if you go for British pronunciation, this spelling is aw without r. This is also aw. For example, let me give you the words with them. The word is fork, fork, for, not fork, fork. Okay. This is walk, walk, aw, walk. This is jaw, jaw, jaw. Listen to the pronunciation, aw. And this is August, autumn, auto, aw, audio. So ORALAWAU. In British English, they all sound the same. But in American English, we don't keep OR here because in American English, we simply say it or as in fork or fort or cork. We pronounce R. Let me just explain you this rule. What happened in British English, that whenever letter R is followed by a vowel, okay, this is a vowel and this is letter R, so we don't say R, we just swallow it. If this is in American English, a sound. In British English, it will be a, because we don't say R when it is after a vowel, unless the next word is beginning with a vowel. For example, the teacher. British English, the teacher, the teacher. We don't say the teacher, the teacher. But if we say the teacher is teaching, so now you will pronounce this R, the teacher is teaching. If this word is not beginning with a vowel, the teacher parks her car in the parking. The teacher parks. Now, park is not beginning with a vowel, so you will not pronounce this R. This is about the British pronunciation, but we are not into this. It's just for you. Don't just make your kids confused with this. It's better to follow the American pronunciation. They are simple, they are easier, and in India, Pakistan, we mostly speak like this. So let's keep things simple, right? Now I think we have done this. We are going to learn now the split digraph, that is the part of all the 5 vowels, right? So here you are, how you can teach this to your kids. Somebody has written something. Indian phonics, which alternative following? Alternative सारे यही हैं कृपाली. All the alternative spellings are the same. मैं बस आपको ये कह रही थी कि जब ER होगा या UR होगा या IR होगा या OR होगा, जब भी वाल के बाद आर आएगा, इसको कहते हैं बॉसी आर या आर कंट्रोल्ड वाल्स. सो आप इसको अर ही बोलिएगा, अर और ठीक है, क्योंकि हम स्पेलिंग्स ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश की फॉलो करते हैं. जैसे कलर लिखेंगे ना हम, इफ़ वी राइट कलर्स तो हम लिखेंगे COLOUR. इफ़ वी राइट फेवरेट FAVOURIT, हम ऐसे लिखते हैं. जबकि अमेरिकन इंग्लिश में जो ये स्पेलिंग है कलर की, उसके अंदर हम COLOR लिखते हैं. फेवरेट में ये U नहीं लगाते, FAVORIT लिखते हैं. ठीक है. सो रिटन में हमारे पास जो इंग्लिश चलती है दैट इज़ ब्रिटिश इंग्लिश. But if we try to pronounce the words according to the rules of British English pronunciation, तो हमारे बच्चे बहुत कंफ्यूज्ड हो जाएंगे, ठीक है, क्योंकि हम उतने अच्छे से बोल नहीं पाएंगे, हमारा एक्सेंट वो नहीं है, वो अजीब सी चीज़ हो जाएगी. सो इट्स बेटर कि अगर आप परफेक्ट नहीं हैं उस चीज़ में, सो कीप इट सिंपल. Pronounce R. Britishers don't pronounce R when it is followed by a vowel. Sri Lanka use British English in written. In Pakistan as well, we use British English in written. But again, इसमें इतना confused मत, or please don't get confused between these two things. I'm just simply saying pronounce R. Finish. Pronounce R. Don't go for a sound or a sound. Got
ओके
it?
मैम.
ठीक है? Okay.
ठीक ठीक.
Now let's move on to the split digraph or the magic E pattern. These are all the names. Magic E pattern, or these are sorry, vowel, sorry, vowel, consonant, and the magic key. So A T E. इससे याद रखें, 8 word याद रखें. This is the pattern that we are learning. A vowel, then a consonant, and a silent final E. Magic key is a silent final E. Now, how you will give the lesson for this to kids? One lesson is enough for all the split digraphs. You will tell children that letter E is a magical letter and he is friends of short vowels. The short vowel A, E, E, O, and A. But he cannot just cast any spell on the short vowels if there is not any consonant right after them. We need a consonant, and then the magic key love to cast the spell on the short vowel sounds to make them sound long vowels, to make them say their long sounds. For example, this is A, but if I write a T here, so the magic key will run. Understand? Let me make magic key with the blue color. And now the magic key will just throw his magic on A, and A will say A. The word is now 8. 8. Okay, you say 8 just because of this magic key. If this is E here, so let's write a word, for example, th, and then a magic key. The word is now them. But if the magic key will come here, it will ask to say its long sound, and that is E. Children already know the long sounds of letter. Okay, you have already taught them the 42 sounds. Remember, you are in the second level of phonics. So the word will be th, E, theme, right? If the word is E, and for example, okay, E, let me change the color. If the word is head, the short is here. Now let's write the magic key at the end. And what will the magic key do? Hide. Short will say long I sound, hide. If the word is con, with magic key it will be cone. If the word is cub, cub, with magic key it will be cube, the long sound of U. Okay, cube. Now let me give you an example. Just keep it like this for kids, but for you, let me write it here. The other pronunciation of U. So how will you read this? Rude or rude? कौन सी sound है इधर U की? It's ru. U sound is here, and here it is saying the U sound, its own sound. cube, and rude. Okay, so this is how you will teach magicy. You can also have a stick on which you can make a magical wand and write magicy. Write these words without the magicy on a paper on your board like this. Okay, simply write this, explain the rule, and then put your wand, keep your wand here at the end, and tell them, can you read the word now? So it will be 8. Remove the wand, it will be again at. Bring your wand here, and it will be theme. Remove it, it will be them. Keep it here, it will be hide. Remove it, it will be hid. Keep it here, it will be cone. Remove it, so it will be con. So this is how you can just shift it and tell children how the pronunciation, how the words are changing just because of a magical letter, that is the magic E. Right? So this was about the magic E pattern. What time is it? We have some time, right? And that's all. Any questions so far, please? Yes, I'm waiting for your questions. If you have any questions, so please tell me. If no, so we will just have a quick uh, drill of all the sounds. My cards are here. Please turn on your microphones and say the sounds with me. Let's see how well and how fast you can do this.
Ah.
Okay, everybody together. If you are ready, go.
Ah. Oh.
ए ए ए ए नहीं ए नहीं है ए yes a it's not a, it's a right? Good. Oops. Just a minute, please. Okay. Yes, please.
You.
You and you and oo, say both sounds. Okay, you and oo, and children should also say both sounds. This is
Oh.
no,
Ow.
it's ow, ow, as if
Ow.
you just got hurt. This one
E.
e
Or.
or good.
R.
Uh-huh.
Oi.
Oi. Say
Oi.
oil or boy, you will get the right sound. Oi, as in oil. Yes, please. I. You will say it 3-letter I. Okay. Sorry for this. I just okay.
Yeah.
All the sounds of Y.
Yeah says
Yeah, I. Yeah, Y has 3 sounds. Yeah, E, I. Just remember this song. Y has 3 sounds. Yeah, E, I. Yeah, E, I. Yeah, E, I. Yeah, E, I. Say all the sounds. Okay. Till here we say it, tell children 3 sounds, but it has 4 sounds indeed. It can also say the short E sound, the short I sound. Okay, that I'll tell you later. But for to students, you don't need to tell. Okay, sound please.
Or.
Right? This.
E.
E.
Oi.
Oi.
A.
When you show this, you need to ask, where do we use it?
oi.
At the end of the word.
At the end of the
End
word.
of the word.
Good. Sound
A.
please. A. Where do we use it?
End of the word.
At the end of the word. Sound please.
Both sounds. O. Ow.
O and ow.
O and ow.
O and ow. Good. Okay. Please.
R.
This.
R.
This.
O.
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 O. You.
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 You and O. Thank you. Whoever said this, that was just give me a second. I have been just working with these cards and they all are upside down. And just correct them and show you. All right, get it started. Yes, please.
minus 2 words.
Zzz, zzz. Yes, please.
A.
Where do we use this?
Middle.
At the middle or at the beginning?
Middle.
I.
R.
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 पूरा मुंह खोल के बोलें R. Okay.
R. O.
O.
U.
Ooh, two sounds. Excellent. What about this?
Kicking.
Kicking. Okay, kicking. What about this? Finish. Let's go for this pattern. Magic EA. How you will read it? Magic EA.
A.
Okay.
E. I. O.
These cards, please.
U.
This
Yeah.
Red में जितने भी हैं वो consonants हैं and the blue ones are vowels. So you can always have some visual differentiation in the cards. Sound of letter F. Wa. Th and the. Keep it simple. You can say it simply tha and the. But if you want to say it properly, so it's th and the. Th and the. This one.
Ch.
Ch. Try not to give jhatka. वो jerk मत दें. Simple go. Ch. Church. Not va. It's a b. Okay. Not la. This is not la. Please don't say a. Just pass the air. Not ra. Okay. Not J. Okay. The curly curl. The last. Thank you. That's it. Acha. Once you have taught children vowels, you need to make this hand with them, okay? Just to keep the thing a little multisensory and to help them recall the vowels. Ask them to put their hand on the piece of card sheet or if you have any paper, draw it, cut it, and write these. A, a, e, o, a, 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 e, o, a, 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 e, o, a are short vowels that we use. A vowel is in every word. इसके मैं आपको sing. I will send you the song. It is on what do you say, YouTube. So you can just Jolly Phonics का ही song है, okay? Jolly Phonics song. And then we go for A E I O U, A E I O U, A E I O U are long vowels that we use, okay? A vowel is in every word. If you want to take a picture, I'll send you the picture. Just leave it. So you need to make this card and you need to keep this with your kids. For the alternative spellings, let me show you something. Once you are done, because we need repetition, we need revision, you can also make some posters like this, okay? For the alternative spelling, let me just make it a little up. Ye dekhe. So here you are, a multisensory way. When a and e are apart, they have their own sound, a and e. But when they are together, they say a. When a and y are apart, they have their own sounds, but when they are together, they say a. Then the magic-y pattern, right? So you can just make the whole chart of the long vowels. Look at this. And then at the back, the remaining sounds. Sorry for this. You will get a video in which I have made this, but to the participants, I will send you personally the picture of this as well. Okay? Other can say, see the revision of alternative spellings, and you will get this on my YouTube channel. All right. Any questions so far? Anything that you want me to explain, or should I move forward? Okay, no questions. So in Jolly Phonics level 2, we not only work with alternative spellings, I'm not writing the full spelling, okay, tricky words, but also with some spelling rules and comprehension. Comprehension we'll just see. I'll show you some pictures of from the book, but let's go for spelling rules. Very simple spelling rules. All the spelling rules are not covered in phonics, because Jolly Phonics course, because they are also advanced spelling pattern and rule. For that, we need to go for the Jolly Grammar. And Jolly Grammar, we don't only teach grammar but spelling side by side. So that is a power packed, what do you say, a curriculum for spellings, grammar, and lots of things are there. In Jolly Phonics, the rule that we teach children are the CK rule. So we are going to learn this very simple. If you hear a short vowel in a word, and after that you have a k sound, b, a, k, back, back. So which k you will write? Will you write C? Or so will you write curry k? Will you write kicking k? So they might say some of them, but then you will tell them that if you hear a short vowel a, because at this level children are finger spelling the words b, a, k. So after a short vowel, please write two letter k. Don't write curvy k or kicking k alone. Then give them more example and keep doing the practice with the words black, back, pack, neck, lock,
Hack.
okay, luck, hack. You will find some worksheets related to this rule, and I have recently uploaded a quiz as well, so you can also play that quiz on YouTube for which kh to use. What else? Sack. And then ask children, first find out which vowel is here. Is it a short sound or a long sound? For short sounds, I always ask them to make a cap on the hat. So b, a, k. It's a short k, a sound, write two letter k. Back, short a, write two letters a, k, two letter k. Short vowel, two letter k. Law, two letter k. Okay, so if you have a short vowel, and then right now we are not telling them single syllable or disyllable or multisyllabic words, because we are dealing with kiddos who we are not teaching so many disyllabic or multisyllabic words. In dictation, we just take care, we give them controlled vocabulary again. So we can be very simple. The instruction should be straight and clear, that after a short vowel, if you hear a k sound, go for ck, right? The next one, this is the first thing. If they are good at this, now you can tell them that if you hear a k sound after a long vowel or a consonant, write kicking k. Now who will tell me, if I want to write seek, if I want to write soak, if I want to write pink? Now remember, they have already mastered the ck spelling, okay? Then you are moving a step forward. If you want to write the word, what word, come on, leak, peak, beak. Again, whenever you are writing a spelling, you need to first see which spelling, which vowel you are using. S, e, is it a short or long vowel sound? It's a long E.
Long.
So you will write kicking k because we can write CK only after a single short vowel. Oak. Is it a short or long vowel?
Long.
So they will here kicking k will come. The word is p, k, pink. Do we have a short vowel here or something else? It's a consonant, right? So after a consonant as well, you will write the kicking k. Acha, then they will come that you said after a short vowel. So the short vowel is here. So please write CK here. They can come up with this. So tell them we are just checking right after the short vowel. If the thing is right after the short vowel, if the k sound is right after the short vowel, then we will write kicking ka. Here, the k sound is not right after the short vowel. The short vowel is here. Then we have and then the k sound. So we will go for kicking ka. CK will only come right after the short vowel. Then we have leak, beak, peak, whatsoever. Okay, so this is the second part of the CK rule, right? For each and every rule, you will have the worksheets. You have the worksheets on my website. You have the videos of all these rules, and you can even show some of the videos to your kids in which I am talking to them. Otherwise, most of my videos are for teachers and parents, but you can just make them have them watch those as well. Second rule that will help you here, and that is taught in Jolly Phonics. C and K at the beginning. At the beginning of the word. You might have faced this thing. Then when children are writing something, some spelling that begins with k sound, they ask which k, curly ka or kicking ka, कौन सा वाला C लिखना है या K लिखना है. अगर word है, for example, the word is caught, ठीक है. अब o और t उन्हें लिखना आ रहा है, o and t they can write, but they are thinking about this. Or if the word is cat, or if the word is cut, or if the word is key or kit. Let's go for kit. Sorry. So now they are good at sounds, but again, they have two letters that can give the same sounds. Now, how will you guide them for this? You can sing a song once again. C is the friend of a or a or a or a. C is the friend of, because it is level 2, they know the names of the letters as well. We need to tell them the letter names as well. In level 1, we just don't teach them the letter names. Letter names teaching is so easy. A B C D सबको ही आती है, वो उन्हें पहले से आती है most of them को. तो आप उसको बस थोड़ा सा फ्लो में करें, 2-4 दफ़ा लिंक कर दें. और इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास आई विल जस्ट गिव यू सम एक्टिविटीज एज वेल कि कैपिटल और स्मॉल लेटर को लिंक कैसे करना है. सो यू कैन सिंपली से curly ख इज द फ्रेंड ऑफ a or you can say C is the friend of a or a. And then if you hear caw, which vowel is this? It's o. So who is the friend of o? They will say the curly k. Ca. After k sound, which sound do you hear? A. So what will you write here? Curly k. Cut, cut, cut. What is the sound that you hear? After k, it's a. So who is friends with a? It's curly k, right? Just find out the worksheets. Children just do this in a minute. If you just sing this song and tell them, they can just quickly do this work. Then we have K is the friend of I. Y can say E and I. That's why I'm singing here I. Okay. So they have this thing in their mind. You have already told them this rule. Y can say E, I, and Y. So K, kicking is the friend of I, or simply K is the friend of I. So in kit, what are the sounds? K, t. You don't know what are the which k to write. Just made the sound as k, t, e. We have the e here. So which k will come at the beginning? It will be the kicking k, right? This is how you can decode this problem, resolve this problem, solve this problem. ठीक है, समझ में आया? Have you got it? Yes, please. Give a thumbs up or बताएं if you want me to repeat this. Chat something is all song is nice. Please send the songs. Okay. I'll sing them for you and send them. खुद ही बना ले wheel on the bus. That my main tune is wheel on the bus. On wheel on the bus, I can sing everything. So you
बट
can.
नाइट क्रिएशन मैम मजा
Okay.
आता है, हमें भी मजा आता है तो बच्चे को भी मजा आएगा ना.
Yeah.
हाँ.
They love the song. So you
यस
just
यस यस.
can.
हमें बनाना नहीं आता है, ऐसा ऐसा है.
No problem. I'll send it to you.
ओके,
Asha,
थैंक यू.
the rules are clear, right? CK at the beginning and CK at the end. I have told you CK, C and K at the beginning, TK, and before this, I told you CK and K at the end. At this stage, we will go for these two rules. We also write letter C at the end that we are not going to teach here. मैं आपको वैसे बता दूंगी, ठीक है? अभी मैं आपको उसमें नहीं लेके जा रही. Let's keep it here. Another rule that we are supposed to teach in level 2 of Jolly Phonics is the floss rule, or FLSZ rule. Now, what is floss rule? If you hear f, s, or z at the end of English words, you need to double them like this: f, s, and z. For example, if the word is cuff, you need to double the f. अब बच्चों को कैसे सिखाना है वो देखें, ठीक है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल इतना स्ट्रेट बताएंगे बच्चों को नहीं समझ आएगा. आइदर मेक अ सॉन्ग और स्टोरी. So what is the story of floss rule that I have created? That f, s, and z are shy letters. They are always scared to stand at the end of words after a single short vowel. They should have the concept of short single vowels in their short vowels in their mind, right? So now let's write a word. For example, the word is d, o, and Now, as I told you that f, s, and z are scared to stand at the end after a single short vowel. So he will start crying, I don't want to stand at the end, I don't want to stand at the end. So to help him, we just call his twin brother to be with him, and then they both get happy and stand at the end. Whenever you hear sound after a short vowel at the end of the word, always double it. Otherwise, he will cry, right? Similarly, you can just make a list of these words. One day, go with them. Then you can go for the F words. For example, the word is k, e. You can make some posters, or you can just draw this on this board or a screen. Now find out the single vowel sound. It's k, e, e. Letter F is also scared of a single short vowel. He will start crying. So how will you solve the problem? Now just keep asking them the question, and they will give you an answer. That we need to call his twin brother, and then they will both be happy. They won't cry. They won't be scared. So cliff, cuff, sniff. So many words in which that we are ending at F. The other words can be. Let me give you some other examples, and then we can. For example, miss. For example, kiss. For example, for
Buzz.
what? Sorry,
Miss.
buzz. Did you say this? Jazz. And what else? Fill, kill, drill, Okay, I'll send you a list of these words through pictures, so you can go for this, and you can also again watch the video, proper video from my YouTube channel. You can also have your kids watch that. And jazz, Acha, there are some exceptions, but whenever you are teaching the rules to kids, don't give them exceptions right away. Let them work with the words that follow the rule. But if someone comes to you by saying, you said that we double the S, but look at this, bus, we have a short U, it's saying the sound, and we are not doubling the S. They will come with a text in with a textbook in the hand, or they can come with the word gas, or they can come with the word us, right? So if they come words with like buzz, gas, us, then only you will tell that specific child that these are some exceptions to the rule. Even then you will not tell the whole class, because what will happen that some of them are not that brilliant to catch the ideas. They will get confused, oh my god, when to use single, when to use double thing. So if they are happy, they are working, because this is the rule that is that most of the words follow. So you can let them follow that, and then later they will come to know themselves these three words, or some other words are also there. So just let them be. Unless a child is coming and asking you, don't give any rule breaker, right? And that's all for today's, because otherwise it will be too much. Tell me if you have got any questions, or you want me to explain anything once again, or want a recap of the thing, so I can give you, because we have some time. Nothing? All right. I have sent you yesterday the story pictures, and not the pictures, but the stories of the, what do you say, letters. So please prepare something to present in the class. If you present it to the class, you will be more confident. मेरे सामने करेंगे तो शायद मैं आपको कुछ उसमें hints दे सकूं कि आप ये चीज़ सही करें, ये चीज़ इसको ऐसे कर लें, तो वो एक आपके पास chance है. Later on, once the course is finished, you can join my private classes in which I teach children directly. तो वहाँ पे आप मुझको भी observe कर सकते हैं as many times as you want. You just need to be quietly sitting in the class, or वो class में आप देख सकते हैं कि how children respond when I teach this stuff to them. Uh, Anything else? Yes, please. If there are any questions, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll say goodbye.
And where can we get the flashcards like what you showed just now? Sound. Take a sound.
These are the sound flashcards that I purchased. Okay, let me just चलिए मैं इसको ऐसे बंद कर देती हूँ, ठीक है, no problem. Now this is the question answer session, and if somebody wants to leave, so you can leave. I'm not going to teach anything new. फ्लैश कार्ड्स, या तो मैं आपको इसका मेरे उसके ऊपर हैं ये फ्लैश कार्ड्स पड़े हुए, मैं आपको इसका PDF सेंड कर दूंगी, आप इसको प्रिंट आउट लेके लेमिनेट करा लें. अदरवाइज आई नीड टू सी इफ़ एनी वेंडर इज़ सेलिंग दिस इन पाकिस्तान, क्योंकि जॉली फोनिक्स का कराची में मुझे एक ही वेंडर का पता है जो बुक्स वगैरह सेल करते हैं. ये अथॉराइज्ड सेलर्स होते हैं, हर जगह पे नहीं मिलता. अब आई डोंट नो उनके पास फ्लैश कार्ड्स अवेलेबल हैं या नहीं. अगर उनसे परचेज़ करना है तो आई कैन आस्क देम. और अगर इसको प्रिंट आउट निकाल के आप वैसे तो ख़ुद भी बना सकते हैं, सिंपली राइट द लेटर्स, और वो अपने सस्ता हो जाएगा, मतलब चीप पड़ेगा. अदरवाइज़ आप प्रिंट लेंगे, लेमिनेशन कराएंगे, क्योंकि पेरेंट्स को मैं बनवाती हूँ ये कार्ड्स.
ओके मैम.
ठीक है, पेरेंट्स से मैं कहती हूँ कि आप जो हैं कार्ड शीट्स के ऊपर लिखें इन्हें. और बच्चों के साथ जब मैं ब्लेंडिंग करती हूँ तो वो करते हैं मेरे साथ साथ. PDF सेंड कर दें. ओके, आई विल डू दिस.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, the time duration to conduct the level 1 and level 2, any specific duration time?
Yeah. Level 1 for the 42 sounds, we go for 19 weeks. Okay. 42 sounds around 19 weeks. Okay, it again depend on the pace of your children कि वो कितना अच्छा जो है pick, sorry Shaumya, I know you don't understand Hindi, so this all depends on the pace of children, but this is a time in which schools do in 19 weeks they cover the 42 sounds. But after 42 sounds they also go for tricky words, they also go for some reading and writing practices. So the whole year 4 to 5, the age for 4 to 5, this is the kg 2 kg 1 year, so it goes in this. And level 2 will come the next year, 5 to 6, the age will be 5 to 6 of children. Now we have different schooling systems, so ages can be different, but 5 to 6 is appropriate for level 2, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, most welcome. Yes, anything else? Okay, then let's call it a day. Inshallah, tomorrow we will see some more things. Like tomorrow, I will give you a syllable count. What are syllables? What are vowels? And how to count these things in the word. Because for advanced spellings that we will do in level 3, we need to teach kids that what are syllables, how to count them, and then some more spelling rules like soft C, soft G, open syllable, and let's see whatever is remaining. I'll try to just cover up everything tomorrow. The last day will be our uh, or what do you say, you can just come up with your work and share it with the class, and if something is remaining, so I'll cover that as well, right? That's all. Have a nice night ahead, because it's almost 11 in Pakistan and 11:30 in India. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye,
See
ma'am.
you
Bye.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.